Welcome to Champagne Gains, the podcast where we pop the cork on the world of fitness competitions, lifestyle, and everything in between. I'm your co-host, Becca Mickelson, nutrition coach, personal trainer, and NPC bikini competitor.
And I'm Kiki, IFBB pro bikini athlete and coach. Together, we'll be guiding you through the ins and outs of what it takes to shine on the stage and life, while keeping it real and having a little fun along the way.
From prepping for the big day to enjoying the post-show treats, we're going to cover it all. We'll also be talking about food, fitness, and how to balance this unique lifestyle with our everyday lives.
Plus, we'll be inviting some special guests to join us on the show, fellow competitors, coaches, and others in the industry who can share their wisdom and stories with us.
And of course, we'll be getting personal and sharing our own experiences, successes, and struggles as we train and compete in this exciting world of fitness competitions.
So grab your favorite glass of bubbly and let's get ready to dive into today's episode of Champagne Gains. What's going on, everybody? Coach Kiki.
And Coach Becken.
We are back for another episode of Champagne Gains. That's normally Becken's part, so
I know, I got thrown off because of what we were just talking about.
back for another episode. It is episode 20 something.
Yeah, I think it's 23 or 24.
Yeah, I don't really know the exact number, but we're being consistent.
We are being consistent.
Yeah, so what's going on in Becken's world?
In Becken's world, she is dropping weight now with her prep. So that's been exciting, and like obviously I was still making progress before, but now it's like just fun to see the scale going down, which is, yeah. My pants are getting looser.
Hell yeah.
I'm like not super hungry still, and my cardio is not that high, so we're on the right track.
Yeah, that's such a good part of prep.
Yeah.
When you you checked in like 3 pounds lighter from the week before, and Coach Ben was like, "What did she do?" And I was like, she went and saw Kiki in person.
Yeah. That's exactly why.
Yeah. You'll get a nice little relaxation this week.
Yes, going to Mexico for my best friend's wedding.
Yeah.
Get
Dude,
a
everyone's going on trips. So my sister went to Punta Cana. My parents just got back from Riviera Maya, and you're going to Mexico too. And I'm like, where's Kiki going?
You could come with me.
Yeah, I'd make a great date.
Seriously, I get a flight.
Yeah, I did tell all of my clients. So this will be posted after Valentine's Day, but I sent all of my clients Valentine's Day cards. And I was like, I don't need a Valentine. You guys are my Valentines this year.
I know, I was thinking about that too. Like, I don't have a Valentine. Like, I'm not fucking doing anything. It's just, I don't know why people make such a big freaking deal about Valentine's Day. But
I was never like a Valentine's person, like ever. Like in high school, I remember painting my nails black because I was just like, I hate everything.
not dramatic at all.
And then in college, I would just get drunk. So, yeah. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow, but
it's Wine Wednesday.
it is. I'm probably, I might drink some wine.
That's a
But yeah, I mean, nothing really. I'm glad I got to see you in person. It was really cool to just,
yeah.
I mean, just like see you as like my best friend, but also
Right.
in person and prep.
It's been so freaking long. Got to pose at old school lighting in there. I mean, I love those pictures. The lighting.
Yeah. Thank you, Corey, for allowing Becken to
Yes.
pose.
I I love that when he was like, when I said, "Can Kiki look at me?" Can who look at you? Who's coming? I thought he said he. No, no man is coming to look at me.
A random guy.
Yeah, this guy off the street, the UPS guy.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's the FedEx guy because we use FedEx.
Oh, that's right. Oops.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
going on in Kiki's world?
um, we're being in this new Kiki era,
Yeah,
um, which is just living life.
I love it. I love
Um,
it. I agree.
yeah, it feels good to just kind of like do what I want. And
The best.
it's I was talking to Corey when we were there about like what is happening in Kiki's future. And there's lots of just like obviously things up in the air, but it's exciting to have like that fresh perspective of
Yeah.
things. And then so like the place that I'm living in right now, there's a garage that has all my gym equipment and it looks like a small version of old school.
Oh,
And so my head is just like running with ideas of what I want to do. Obviously, it's not like a populous place in Salesville, but even if I just build old school for me, then I'll be okay.
yes.
Um,
OSG 2.0.
yeah, but I'm feeling good. I reached a new high on the scale today, so that was cool. Um, and Coach Ben is happy with where I'm at. Currently like in a health phase, so we're just kind of like eating all the food, maintaining, just focusing on like internal health. Just got my blood work back. Everything looked, pretty good. Like this is the best that like my hormones have looked in years.
Yeah. That's
Um,
fucking awesome.
yeah, and it was really nice because I sent them over to Ben and Ben was like, "All right, I need to call you." And so we went over everything and there were a couple things that were off, but nothing like major. So
Mhm.
we're implementing some like internal health like
Yeah.
vitamins and shit to kind of
Dude,
make sure
that's
I'm good to
amazing.
go. Last week he was like, God, I want to put you in prep right now. He's like, but we need to wait. We need to wait. And I was like, okay, I'm glad that like kind of got me excited because like I don't necessarily think I'm ready to go into a prep right now because I'm just like I feel so good. But
Mhm.
the fact that he was like, yo, like you're we're in a health phase and you're looking like this,
Yeah.
like, all right, so I feel good.
Good. Dude, that's so exciting. The
Yeah.
hormone thing. I mean, like, I know that you've struggled with that, so
Yeah.
it feels good to feel good, right?
Yeah, I was so impressed when I was like kind of nervous when I opened up the blood work and I was like, all right, come on, baby.
Give
Like,
me something.
yeah. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. My hormones are all like in a really good spot. And that has literally never happened. Like
And
since,
like stress, it has been greatly reduced in your life. So
yeah, yeah. I
all
don't
good things.
I don't have a lot of stress. I have like good stressors
Right.
and
Like back
people,
in prep.
yeah, yes. And people just around me that are like excited to see me grow, like the people that I'm meeting at the gym, they're like, "Oh, we're just so happy to have you like here, uh, to be like in the county, to be like
Yeah,
a Miss
a
Fitness."
role model.
Yeah. And people are like, "Yo, I want you to go to the Olympia too," like selfishly. I was like,
Oh
"Okay,
my God, I know her.
yeah, yeah, come on."
Can I have your
But
autograph?
yes, but we're good. We're good.
Good deal. So what are we talking about today?
Um, Trusting the process and listening to your coach.
My favorite topic. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, for starters, trusting the process, like when I started prep, it's like, okay, there's no movement here, like what is going on? But now everything is moving and like I was getting leaner, but it's like hard to not see that scale go down. So like you have to trust that what you're doing is like paying off in more ways than the scale.
Yeah, and I think it's so quick to be like, oh, well, things aren't working, let's drop. Oh, things aren't working, let's do all these crazy protocols. And then you like just get over anxious and you
Hmm.
start like doing stupid stuff, and then your body is just under like a attack, basically.
Yeah.
And it's the
Um,
same thing in improvement seasons too. Like I have one girl right now who's going through her very first like bulk, and I hate that word, her building season. And she's a lifestyle client. And she came to me specifically wanting to go through a building process
mhm.
properly. But and then like every check-in, she's just like, I'm feeling uncomfortable. I don't like this. When can we cut? Blah blah blah. I'm like, girl, you look good. And then this weekend, she sent me like a selfie of her in these jeans. And I was like, damn, like we see curves. And
Yeah,
she looks so good. And she was like, yeah, I was complaining. And then my husband told me to take a picture and send it to you. Um, just because he said, like, you know what's best. And like, yeah. So you literally just have to like, you have to trust your work ethic almost.
yeah. For sure. And like getting out of your own head is honestly like the biggest thing, because if you are stressing about it, that literally will cause you to hold like that spikes your cortisol levels. Like if you're stressing, you're not sleeping good, you're not like digesting your food properly, like that will make you hold on to things. Like literally wait.
Yeah. And like you can tell like even like when you're in a building phase, like if you're stressed out and you're so concerned about the scale going up, you're so concerned about X, Y, or Z, like you are going to see those repercussions of like your body not wanting to put on muscle.
Right. Yeah,
So
1000%. Um, so get out of your own head.
yeah.
And then I'll also like people freak out about eating more food. Like, dude, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, like in a building phase.
Yeah.
Um, like, don't be scared to eat. Because
Yeah.
that's gonna give you your freaking curves that you want and the toned look that you want. Like everyone wants that, right? When like all my lifestyle people, like I want to look toned. Okay, guess what you have to do? Eat and build muscle.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's like then they get in their head about the scale, and it's like, why did you hire me? You have to trust. You have to trust me.
It's so annoying. People are like I have this one woman and she's so concerned about the scale going down. And I'm like, ma'am, you're like 116 pounds. Like what you need to do is eat.
Yeah,
And like,
please.
I mean, you're not going to be able to eat as much as I do,
Right.
but like need to be eating more than 1,200 calories. And she'll be one that's like just like drops her food by her.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, like, oh, well, the scale didn't go down. So, I just didn't eat this and I didn't eat this and I just didn't eat any of the carbs that you had on my plan. I'm like, okay, why am I here? Why?
Yeah, literally.
It's so frustrating.
Literally, like we are getting paid to do, like, why are you paying someone to help you if you don't trust them? Like, why did you sign up with me if you're not gonna follow what I'm saying or like let that sink into your brain that I
Yeah.
know what I told you is going to work.
Yeah. And I don't need people to be like yes men, but at the same
Right.
time, like at some point you need to listen to what I'm doing, like what we're doing.
Yeah. Um, not,
Melissa, for example, so she's in her building phase. She's never ate this much food. I mean, she's at like 300 plus carbs, 55, 60 some fat, like, and her weight is staying the same. And
dude.
she's the one that's like, can you like help me with like my meals? Because she follows macros and she's like, I don't know how to do this. I was like,
It's
bagel, honey.
yeah, I know. Honey, oh my gosh, I just told someone to eat honey yesterday.
Um,
So easy. It's such an easy way to get carbs.
yeah. But I think it just goes like the athletes that stick out to me the most in on my roster are the ones that I know fully trust me. They
Mhm.
trust the process, like they ask good questions, they listen to me, and I know that they listen to me because when we as coaches are putting out certain protocols, we know what should happen.
Right.
Like
We sure do.
if we are like like there's one of the other coaching teams that I used to work for. We would the head coach, she would play this game and she would like adjust someone's meal plan and have it be like absolutely ridiculous. Like little food, so much cardio, weight wouldn't move. And then like a couple weeks afterwards, she'd do almost like the reverse. Like, okay, let's drop this cardio, let's up your food. Weight stayed the same. I do not suggest doing that, and I do not play
No.
games with my clients, but it's just like, something is going on that you're not doing things and you're
Hmm.
not listening to your coach. Like,
Right.
I'm the type of person that if Ben would tell me to eat ants, I probably would at some point. But, you know, like
Right.
when it comes down to it, whatever you tell me to do, I'm gonna do it. Like we had a call last night, and he was like, I think we need to just switch some of your fat sources around, especially during the health phase, like not have every fat source be nut butter. It's like, damn it. And he's like, maybe let's do some avocado oil because I know you don't like avocados that much. So let's do avocado oil. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I'm doing it because
Right.
I, why not? Like,
Right.
he's my coach. Clearly, I hired him for a reason. So if we're going to try it out, we're going to try it out. And then we can always revert back if things, don't go
Yeah.
crazy or something. I mean, they
That's
won't, but
that's part, like, that's my favorite thing when my clients are like trusting me to, like, there was one of them, she had her gallbladder removed, so she's like fat sensitive a little bit. So we were like just playing around. I'm like, okay, this week we're gonna try this. And like she trusted me and then we figured it out and she wasn't like getting frustrated about it. Like she was communicating with me. We were working together. It was great. Like, thank you. And that is what it is sometimes. Like it's like, hey, we're figuring out what works for you. So if we need to adjust, we will.
yeah. And
And
I like having, we're obviously not cookie cutter coaches. And I think some people just have bad experiences with their first coach because they pick any random person and somebody's just giving you a cookie cutter plan and
yeah.
everybody just responds so differently that it's all comes down to like communication with your coach and like trusting that they have your best interest at heart. And like I said, like if things like say we try something and it doesn't work, like okay, that's just good data to know that okay, your body doesn't respond
Yes.
well with that. But like I have one of my lifestyle girls, she's dropped 8 pounds in the since we started working together. And it hasn't been that long. Uh,
Mhm.
and we did basically like the vacation rules for the anabolic fasting.
Yeah.
And so like we haven't had any carbs before noon. And she's like, oh my gosh, I feel so like alert at work and so good. I don't feel bogged down. And I'm like, there we go. And like her body
Yes.
and when she came to me, like I really didn't adjust her like overall calories. I just kind of played with the macro ratios a little bit, and then just
Mhm.
like, okay, well, we're not doing carbs in the morning.
Yeah.
And it,
Yeah. I do that all the time with people. Like, okay, because people tend to be like lean one way or the other, like towards fats or carbs, I feel like. So, I mean, without adjusting calories, like macros is such a good thing to play around with for specific people.
yeah. Yeah, ultimately like trusting the process. It's like like, so yes, you have to trust your coach, and you also have to trust your, like I said in the beginning, like you have to trust yourself that you're like actually following the plan. Like I would love to follow some of my clients around to see what they're actually doing,
I
because
wouldn't, I don't wanna know.
I mean, I would probably go
So what are you
crazy.
doing?
Yeah, I would probably go crazy, but like, and sometimes I have to like check myself. Like I make sure like I center myself that I'm like, okay, Kiki, like, no, we're not doing this. We're not like, and it's just kind of like you have to like check in with yourself to make sure that you're doing your protocols, how
Mhm,
your coach is laying out. And then if you have questions, you ask your coach
yeah.
and then listen to them.
Right? Communication, please. I hate when I like, because I do weekly or yes, weekly or like bi-weekly calls with people and they'll like ask me a question on our calls that they should have messaged me. It's like, okay, please message me throughout the week if you have questions.
Yes. Like I hate some of my clients that like literally I don't even know if they open their Loom. I think we've talked about that before. I don't know if they open their video response. And then if they do, it's like 5 days later and they'll ask a question and I'm like, I don't even remember what I told you.
Right.
Um people who just don't listen about anything.
Yes. Yes. With that, like
Uh,
when it comes to competing, like I have competed, especially with like show stuff. Like, listen to me. You don't just get to do whatever you want to do, or you should, like, you shouldn't, you know? Um, so there's that, like, you have to, it's a respect thing too.
Yes, I think that's huge. Um, like I feel like I don't know about you, but my younger girls were like I feel like listen to me more than some of my older ones. But I don't think that's the case with what you're talking about.
No,
Um,
but that
but
makes sense, like, really, like, it should. That younger girls they would look up to, and older women are like, those are kind of the harder ones because they're like nineties moms maybe, and they grew up in that like dieting era, so it's like, no, like, you have to eat, like, listen.
yeah. Yeah, that's what when I'm like helping girls pick suits, they're like, "What about this bright green one?" Absolutely not. What
No,
about this purple one? Nope.
no, you need to fit the mold.
Yeah, I normally just send them to Kitty and I'm like, Kitty, put them in whatever suit that you think, because I trust whatever color you want to put her in, it's gonna look.
Yeah.
And I hate when girls are like, "Oh, I bought this suit," and I'm like, "Why? Why?
You
Why
just
did you
wait for,
buy?"
first
Oh,
of all, don't buy one.
no.
Not like check. I don't, huh,
Like it's like sometimes I get like annoyed if people check with me on everything, but then it's like, and then you don't check with me on certain things like
right,
that are like, why didn't you send me your blood work?
right?
Why did you send it to Susie down the street because she was talking about it on her Instagram that she can do X, Y, or Z? And it's like, okay, that's fine, but why don't you I want to be not like I'm not like a dictator, but it's like I'm like your fairy godmother. So it's like you kind of
Yes.
check in with me. We have this communication. Okay, so yes, you need a little bit more assistance here. That's not my specialty. Let's like I have people on like that
Hmm.
can refer to for certain things.
Right.
So suits, I'm gonna send them to Kitty. Um, any makeup questions, they're going
Makes,
to Lindsay.
yes. Not
You know,
us.
no, no.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
but like blood work over here. If you're
Yeah,
having GI issues, go here. If you're having like there's just certain things that I know that I'm not a master in. So
yeah.
like check with me and then we'll like communicate from there.
Mhm. Yes, some things out of my scope of practice, AKA makeup. Or like
One,
if someone's like, I've got, like a hamstring issue going on, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not a physical therapist, so like probably go to a chiropractor. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like, yeah, I'm in my head, I'm like foam roll. I'm like, I can't even tell you that, like I don't, maybe that's gonna make it worse.
yeah, I'm not a physical therapist and I'm not a doctor. So
Right.
it's like, if you're sick, go to urgent care. Or
Yeah,
like,
right.
if you're having GI issues, go to a doctor.
Right.
Um, I
Don't
mean,
send me your stool samples.
no, I've had people send me pictures of stuff before. Someone had like a parasite, and
Oh, no, I remember
why
this
not
story.
why not send these pictures to Kiki? Like, okay,
Check me
whatever.
out.
I'm glad that you're like comfortable enough with me. I think it's the same person who also sent me nudes, but
Okay.
whatever. Whatever. It's part of the job.
Yes,
But like
always.
so like I think like listening to your coach is like listen and communicate with your coach, and like it's a collaborative effort of you figuring out what to do.
Yes. And we always have people's best interests at heart. So that's the where the trusting the process comes into play. Like, I'm not trying to not help you reach your goals,
Yeah,
whatever
'cause
they may be,
what is that going to make it look like for me?
right?
Like you're a product of my services.
Yes.
So like if Beckon goes on stage looking like shit, like, well, Kiki made her
Everyone
do
knows
that.
Kiki is my coach, so
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not gonna make her look bad, ever. But yeah, that pretty much sums that up. That's all I
yeah.
got to say about that.
I mean, I could rant for a while about trusting the process and listening to your coach. I mean, I had to try, started the weightlifting in 2014
Hmm.
and I started competing in 2017 and I turned pro in 2020. And we're still on the pro train.
Yeah, it's a long process.
Yeah, so you just
Like,
have to, it's a
just
long
keep
game.
going
Yeah,
and be patient.
yeah, yeah. Just
That's
know,
what it comes down to.
yeah, just know that you're putting in the good work every day to become the best version of yourself.
Version of you.
Yes.
And remember Corey's thing about it doesn't happen in 15 days when it
Mm-mm.
took you 15 years to get where you are.
No, I'm rereading his How to Build Confidence and Win at Life book.
Yeah. Hell
Shout
yeah.
out, Corey.
Yeah, shout out. We love you.
I did that on my last YouTube video. At the end, I was like, "We love you, Corey."
That's amazing.
Probably thinks I'm crazy, but you know
Oh
what?
no.
It's good.
It's
Um,
all good.
so yeah, trust the process. TTP.
PTP. I love it. Acronyms for everything.
Yeah, yeah,
TTP and ABP.
yes. Always be posing. If you
Always
guys don't
before.
know what that is.
Yes,
Hmm. Well, this was a good episode.
this was good. A little ranty, but great.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, like feel free to reach out to us. On Instagram, you can find me at keekerslaugh_IFBB Pro.
And you can find me at Beckham_Bikini. And I promise we're nice.
Yeah, we are nice.
Yeah, we are great coaches. All right, that's it for this episode of Champagne Gains.
Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe
Yes.
to YouTube and
Apple and Spotify. Give us
yeah,
a 5-star rating and review.
yes. All right, until next time.
Yeah. Peace.
Cheers.
Cheers.